Alrighty, folks. Here's my follow-up on the new California laws for firearms, ammunition, and a few other things. It's going to be a multi-part video. I'm going to have, because there's so many laws that are coming out that are going to be affecting not only firearms dealers, the consumer, which is you guys most likely, and a few law enforcement agencies, concealed carry permits, things like that. But the biggest thing, I just had a customer come in today. Probably the biggest question on anybody that is looking at these laws: ammo. What are we doing with ammo? What's going on with ammo? I did a recent video. Some of you may have seen it, of kind of what to expect. I gave the dates. The dates are still the same. Again, I'm going to plug the Daily Shooter. He did a good video on the new ammo law. He touched on a lot of it. It was a very long video. This is going to be longer. Like I said, it's going to be a multi-part. But I'm going to jump right into it now. I have the new laws, so bear with me. I'm going to have to put my glasses on too because I can't see, and you're going to have to deal with the glare, but there you go. Anyways, so this is the new the new ammo law. As of July 1st, 2019, this is when this whole thing is supposed to start with the ammunition. So this is from the Department of Justice directly. This is basically a summarized version of it. And I'm going to read it verbatim so that you guys don't have, if you have any other questions, it should be right here. If you need me to answer any other questions, I can do that. Leave a comment below. Like, subscribe, follow me, because I'm going to be doing multiple videos to kind of go over some of these new laws, just to keep you guys informed of what to expect, and then hopefully get past some of this stuff, and hopefully we can kind of mitigate some of it also. So here we go. So this is the ammunition law. It says it authorizes a person who is temporarily prohibited from owning, purchasing, receiving, or possessing a firearm or ammunition to transfer his or her ammunition to a licensed ammunition vendor for the duration of the prohibition. Beginning July 1st, 2019, the release of stored ammunition shall be handled similar to the release of stored firearms, and therefore must be returned by a firearms dealer or an ammunition vendor in accordance with the procedures set forth in Penal Code Section 3370 ET sequence. So that's the first paragraph, which is kind of confusing all on its own, but basically that is saying any person prohibited from owning a firearm or ammunition, basically, has to return that ammunition to a gun store. Not very good, but yeah, that's what it seems like it says. The next paragraph says, requires a new resident to the state within 60 days of arrival to apply for a unique serial number or other identifying mark for any firearm the resident wishes to possess in the state that the resident previously manufactured or assembled a firearm the resident owns. That does not have a unique serial number or other mark of identification. So that has to do with manufacturing firearms. If you're coming into the state of California and you have a 80% lower that you decided to do, doesn't have a serial number on it, you have 60 days to get that serial number into DOJ. They'll actually issue it if you apply for it. There's a website you can go to on DOJ, and you can apply for the serial numbers for manufactured firearms. Okay, so that's the second paragraph of this whole ammunition, firearms and ammunition sequence or section. The next one is on July 1st, 2020. This makes the procedure for a court and law enforcement agency to return a seized firearm also acceptable to ammunition and feeding devices and ammunition. So, basically, if there's a court proceeding, it makes it lawful to return seized ammo and feeding devices with magazines. So that's as of 2020, in July of 2020, sorry. The next paragraph on this is, again, July 1st, 2020, makes certain provisions regarding ammunition also acceptable to ammunition feeding devices. So it sounds like they're actually looking at the magazines. They're trying to go after the magazines. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by make certain provisions regarding the ammunition and the feeding devices, but for the most part, it looks like they're starting to come after the magazines and stuff. I don't know whether or not the high-capacity magazine permit deal has gone away yet. I'm going to have to look into it, but they're making a run at that too. This is the state we live in, unfortunately. I live in California. The stores here in California, it is making our jobs a whole lot harder. A lot of hoops to jump through, but if you're willing to go through it and take care of the paperwork and possess a firearm in the state of California, this is what we got to do. In order to be a law-abiding citizen like all the rest of us, we're just going to have to jump through the hoops. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but you know what? I love my firearms, just like everybody else that follows me. But this is what we're going to have to look forward to. So, the ammo stuff, July 1st, basically, you have to go through a background check. If you are prohibited from owning a firearm, you are prohibited from purchasing ammunition. It's as simple as that. It is confirmed that owning a concealed carry permit basically makes it so that you are exempt from the background check. You don't have to go through it. You don't have to pay the fees, whatever the fees are going to be. But for the most part, that's it. Cut and dry. If you're prohibited from buying a firearm, you're prohibited from buying ammunition. They'll be rolling out in the DRO system, most likely, a background check that takes 30 seconds or probably less, but by July that'll be happening to facilitate the background checks. So that's the ammo stuff. I'm not going to get into some of this stuff, but because there's a lot of information that wouldn't pertain to the people viewing my video, but this is kind of new laws against firearms and unsafe handling of handguns. This is one of them. It says it adds the following list of exemptions, exempt agencies and individuals who are allowed to purchase unsafe handguns. So this is the non-roster handguns that are purchased secondhand, private party transfer, stuff like that. Basically, it is saying it harbors and ports distinct and other entities employing peace officers described in the subdivision of this Penal Code 830.33, the San Diego Unified Port District, Harbor Police, the Harbor Police Department, and the City of Los Angeles, and the sworn members of its entities who meet specific training requirements, prohibits resale by the agency's officers and employees to the person who is not exempt from the requirements of the Penal Code Section 32,000. So that is the liberalists at their best down in Southern California. Sorry, I had to plug it because it's true. So it looks like on that one, the City of Los Angeles and apparently Unified Port District Harbor Police they are no longer allowed to purchase off-roster firearms and turn around and sell them 6 months, a year later to someone who is non-exempt from a off-roster firearm. So they're making a run at that too. But I'm gonna cut this one a little short right now because I have about 5 more pages to go through. So I'm going to shut this video down now. I am going to come back probably in about a week, maybe 2, with the second section of this. I will be going through some of the mental health factors of purchasing a firearm, second-hand good stuff, basically firearms in general, some crime prevention stuff. And it looks like there's a few other ones, so I'll probably have about 4 videos on this topic. So just to kind of go over the new laws for 2019. So stay up to date. Make sure you subscribe, like us. We're on Facebook, Instagram. We have YouTube. If you all are wanting to follow us, we're on those platforms. I will add the Daily Shooter here in a little bit. All right.